Alright guys, do not forget to hit that like and subscribe button if you're new to the channel, and especially if you happen to enjoy this video, because I really do appreciate that. So, I came across this little piece where Eddie Hearn basically says that he believes that Deontay Wilder is actually not going to be fighting somebody like Luis Ortiz next because he feels it's too much of a risk, and instead he's going to fight somebody like Tyson Fury. And I believe they took this little piece from, Boxing Social. So I'm going to be quoting what Boxing Scene took from Boxing Social. What Eddie Hearn said. I don't believe Wilder will fight Ortiz. I think he'll fight Fury next. I think that's what they'll do. And the winner will have to fight Dillian Whyte. That's how I see it going. And of course, this crashes on me right when I'm reading that. All right. I don't think Wilder now will take the risk of Luis Ortiz, which is very bad on Luis Ortiz, considering they made him turn down the Joshua fight. I think they'll go straight into that fight at the end of the year, and the winner will have to fight Dillian Whyte. I believe it will be interim title and a final eliminator for the mandatory position. It's just a case of boxing when that will be. And then he goes on to basically say the 600-day quote that I made in my previous video, where he says Dillian Whyte has been the mandatory for 600 days for Deontay Wilder's belt. So Eddie Hearn claims that, or I guess he believes that Deontay Wilder's not going to be facing Luis King Kong Ortiz. Now, because he feels it's too much of a risk. And I guess he's saying that because he feels like since Deontay Wilder saw Andy Ruiz beat somebody like Anthony Joshua, maybe he feels it's too much of a risk to fight someone like Luis Ortiz, and that's why he's not going to fight him. The thing is, he already fought him. It's not like this is a guy that, it's not like Luis Ortiz is a guy that Deontay Wilder has never fought. And let's say people are saying this guy's a dangerous fight. I would look at that as more like, I would agree with that more if, like, let's say this guy was a young guy who Wilder had never fought, and he was like knocking dudes out left from right. And then there was rumors saying, oh, Wilder's going to fight this guy. You know, then I would be like, okay, maybe he's not going to take that risk now because of what happened with Andy Ruiz Jr. But he fought Luis Ortiz already. He knows what Luis Ortiz is about, right? He fought him already, and he beat him. He knows he can knock him down, so that would give him more confidence. And even in the first fight, when he was fighting Luis Ortiz, the first time around, like, he was full of confidence. I didn't see Deontay Wilder not confident in that fight. So I don't see why he wouldn't be afraid to take a risk with Luis Ortiz, because he fought him already. Plus, he's up there in age, Luis King Kong Ortiz. But what I will say is this. I wouldn't be surprised if he didn't fight Luis Ortiz, because I've been telling you guys that it's kind of odd that he hasn't announced. Because even before Andy Ruiz Jr. fought Anthony Joshua, Deontay Wilder has still not announced the date and venue where he was going to fight Luis Ortiz. And some people told me that it maybe was a smokescreen, and the reason he was immediately signed for a rematch was because with Luis Ortiz was because he was trying to duck Anthony Joshua. That's what some people tell me. If that's true, I don't know. You know, it might be true, it might not be true. But then he's talking, I personally think if he was going to duck anyone, I think a riskier fight for him personally would be like freaking if he fought Tyson Fury. Like if he fought this dude again, Tyson Fury, I think that's more of a risk. I know some people might think that's crazy because Tyson Fury is not a puncher like a Luis Ortiz, but I think that would be more of a risk. I think if he ducked, I think if he felt that, this could be too risky, he would feel like that more to somebody like Tyson Fury, because Tyson Fury was able to outbox Deontay Wilder, right? And Deontay Wilder knows if I am not able to land my right hand on Tyson Fury, then he could win the fight. And the first fight was so close. It was a draw. I almost didn't get away with that draw. Had I not knocked down Fury, had I not knocked him down, the fight would have not been a draw. Tyson Fury would have won, right? But when it came to Luis Ortiz, Ortiz is not as savvy as someone like Tyson Fury. He hits a lot harder than Tyson Fury, but he's not as savvy as Tyson Fury. He's not as hard to hit as Tyson Fury. He's a lot easier to hit. And that's why Wilder was able to drop him several times, and he was able to drop him early on in the fight. because he's more of a stationary target. He doesn't have the savviness or the upper body movement of a what's his name, Tyson Fury. So I think he would look at Tyson Fury as more of a risk. I do think that Deontay Wilder's gonna fight Luis Ortiz. I just think that they're taking a long time. I just think it's odd that they're taking a long time, to announce it. That's it. But like I said, I don't think that he's necessarily ducking Luis Ortiz. I mean, what do you guys think of this? Let me know in the comment section below. And I'm out, guys. Thanks for watching. Oh, and by the way, if you enjoyed the video, and if you can, there's a link in the description of a PayPal link. I would appreciate any donations, guys. I'm out.